The world knows him as Blackbeard, a pirate who defies all limits, a man whose ambition seems boundless and whose power grows by the day. But what if everything we've seen, his cunning, his long-term schemes, even his mastery over devil fruits, wasn't solely his own doing? Beneath the chaos and the legend lies a story of inheritance, a secret passed down from one generation to the next, where the line between destiny and design blurs. What if the true mastermind behind Blackbeard's rise wasn't a shadowy figure or some hidden genius, but someone far closer, someone who shaped him before the world even knew his name? From the moment he was a 12-year-old orphan, Teach's path was anything but ordinary. While other children sought survival or petty power, he quietly carried a plan decades in the making, a plan seeded by knowledge no child should ever possess. Every step he took, every devil fruit he claimed, every crew he assembled, was part of a trajectory carefully guided by the legacy of his father Rox D. Zebek and the secret tutelage of his mother Ares. And now, with the world teetering on the brink of chaos once more, Blackbeard stands ready, closer than ever to fulfilling a destiny no one could have predicted. And the question remains, who really pulled the strings all along? Alright, before we dive any deeper and keep this anime storytelling journey alive together, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, and share your thoughts in the comments so the hype doesn't die down. Now then, let's get right into the discussion. Let's roll. It's undeniable that Blackbeard has achieved nearly everything he ever set out for. But what if none of it was entirely his own design? There was someone who, from an early age, planted forbidden knowledge about the world in him, a figure who revealed secrets that no 12-year-old should ever know. It all began when young Teach asked to join Whitebeard's crew, barely 12 years old. Later, it became clear that his intentions were far from ordinary. He aimed to use Whitebeard's ship as a stepping stone to obtain the Yami Yami no Mi, the darkness fruit. For 26 years, he quietly lived in the shadows as just another crew member, biding his time without drawing attention. It seems impossible that an orphan boy of 12 could grasp the existence of a legendary devil fruit, understand the hidden truths of the world, and meticulously craft a decades-long plan on his own. Even if Teach were exceptionally intelligent, devouring every encyclopedia on devil fruits and demonstrating extraordinary patience, what he accomplished within 2 years of leaving Whitebeard's crew is far too precise to be mere coincidence. The moment he left, Teach immediately hunted Luffy and Ace, aiming to capture one of them to claim the title of Shichibukai. That position became his ticket into Impel Down, where he recruited the world's most dangerous criminals. On the same day, he appeared at Marineford, killed Whitebeard, and claimed the strongest Paramecia devil fruit in existence. By this point, it's no longer shocking that Teach knew how to steal devil fruit powers, or even hold two at once. The real question is, when and from whom did he learn these methods? During his 26 years aboard Whitebeard's ship, not a single crew member witnessed these techniques. This strongly suggests that Teach had mastered them long before he even joined the crew. He must have had guidance from someone else. To uncover this, we must consider his father, Rox D. Zebek. Rox wasn't just a legendary pirate. He led the most formidable crew in history, confronted Emu at Mariewa, killed an admiral, destroyed the gates of justice, and became central to the God Valley incident. He possessed secrets the world wasn't ready to face. Yet strangely, when his existence was revealed, the world didn't immediately descend into chaos. Unlike Roger, who triggered the Great Pirate Era, or Whitebeard, who confirmed the reality of One Piece, Rox's legacy felt hidden. One Piece has always revolved around sacrifices for the next generation. Saul saved Robin, Pedro gave his life for the Straw Hats, Harold died for Elbaf while entrusting its future to Loki. Rox did the same. He relinquished personal ambition to protect his family and placed his final hope in Teach, the heir of the Davy clan. Teach inherited the will of Davy Jones. His steps, his goals, even his thought patterns mirror Rox's, giving rise to theories that Rox's spirit lives on through Teach. In reality, Rox died at God Valley while Teach was only 2 years old, far too young to consciously remember his father. So how did Teach come to know Rox's ambition to conquer the world, his strategies, and the deepest secrets of the planet? The answer is simple: someone present at God Valley passed all of this on to him. Clues also appear in Teach's childhood. Most flashbacks of children in One Piece depict simple survival, not ambitions of global domination. Sanji is a prime example, reading devil fruit encyclopedias, dreaming of the Suk Suk no Mi, not for power's sake, but to escape the cruelty of the world. Children typically seek abilities to solve personal struggles. So why did Teach choose the Yami Yami Nomi? If he merely sought power, countless other destructive fruits could have sufficed. Instead, he picked the one capable of nullifying other devil fruits, a power perfectly aligned with Rox's plan to overthrow Emu. How could a 12-year-old conceive of such mature strategies? How could he know that the fruit was unclaimed, when so many famous devil fruits already had owners? Why did he spend over 2 decades pursuing a dream born in childhood? The structure and precision of his plan feel too deliberate, too refined, to be dismissed as the ambition of an orphan. Even the fact that a street kid had access to devil fruit encyclopedias seems odd, something only someone from a privileged background, like Sanji, could normally possess. Here lies the connecting thread. Observing Oda's character-building patterns makes it even more evident. Almost every character in One Piece retains the core traits of their youth into adulthood. Appa loved music from childhood. Young Kid was obsessed with machines. Garp behaved like Luffy even as a youth, riding a wounded tiger, and remained just as wild in old age. Hawkins carried his tarot cards from childhood. The same applies to villains. Doflamingo showed cruelty early on. Kaido's youth foreshadowed a life beyond normalcy. Big Mom's early appearance, her eyes and teeth, hinted at the catastrophe she would become. Oda's attention to these details is meticulous. However, looking at Teach's childhood, the tone feels different. He didn't radiate the aura of a future tyrant at all. If someone forgot that he would eventually become Blackbeard, it would be easy to imagine this small boy as the kind of child Luffy would save, like Nami or Usopp. The image of young Teach sitting under the moonlight, crying, wasn't just an artistic choice. It was a message. He was the complete opposite of the Blackbeard we know today. Interestingly, the scene echoes Shanks crying after his conversation with Roger. Shanks and Blackbeard may seem like polar opposites, yet this contrast is where their similarity lies. Shanks maintains the balance of the world, while Blackbeard thrives on chaos. Blackbeard's crew relies heavily on devil fruits, whereas the red-haired pirates almost entirely depend on haki. Even in small details, Shanks endured pain silently after losing his arm, while Teach screams whenever hurt, amplified by the Yami Yami Nomi's effects. Shanks' tears were caused by the weight of a mission given to him by Roger. As Scopper Gabon said, Shanks is a child of destiny. That's why he refused to sail with Buggy. From the moment Roger reached Laugh Tale, Shanks' life seemed like a chain of duties, forming his crew, engaging with the Holy Knights, gathering intelligence, stealing the Gomu Gomu Nomi, and his connection with Luffy, all appeared to be pieces of a greater task. This became even clearer when Luffy awakened his devil fruit, and Shanks told Ben Beckman that the time had come to pursue the One Piece. Now, imagine being a child told that your entire life must follow a grand plan. That you have a destiny to bear. No matter how glorious the ending, a child would still cry. That's exactly what we see with young Teach. Like Shanks, his life seems a series of missions, joining a powerful crew, seeking a specific fruit, forming his own crew, rising to Yonko, conquering Hakanosu, and slowly advancing toward his ultimate goal. Remember, Teach was only 12 years old. Shanks was also still a child when Roger reached Laugh Tale, around 14. They were still kids. Bearing someone else's will for an entire life is hardly a happy fate for a child. Roger discovered the truth of the world at Laugh Tale and realized that someone, Shanks, must carry that burden. In the same way, Rox knew the world's secrets. He couldn't achieve everything himself, but he ensured his knowledge wouldn't vanish. He passed it on to his child through someone crucial, her mother Ares. And here, Oda drops a powerful clue in a single subtle panel. Observe the reactions of those who see Rox, Harold, and the giants in their devil forms. Even the strongest, Loki, Big Mom, Garp, and Roger, are bewildered. They don't understand what's happening. Shanks comprehends the situation because of his time in Mariehua and his grasp of contracts. But astonishingly, Ares understands instantly. One glance at Rox, and she realizes he has lost. She even remarks that Rox isn't ready to face Emu, despite most legendary pirates not even knowing who or what Emu is. What's even more shocking is that Ares didn't know Emu was present at God Valley. She had parted ways with Rox when he chose to confront Garling alone. When they reunited, Rox was already in his devil form. Yet, within seconds, Ares understood everything. Meanwhile, Roger and Big Mom, the two legends, couldn't comprehend why Rox attacked them. That single panel is strong evidence that Ares knew Rox's plan, understood the world's secrets, recognized Emu's existence, and grasped the connection between devil powers and devil fruits. And all that knowledge didn't stop with her. First, they are family, which already makes things more coherent. But there's an even bigger possibility. Rox deliberately shared everything with Ares as a precaution in case something went wrong. Ares wasn't just any figure from the God Valley incident. In her brief introduction, Oda hinted that she was a fierce, ruthless pirate, willing to sacrifice herself and even her child to avoid the Tenryubito's torture. Where Kuma sent them afterward remains unknown. But if not to marry a Joa, Ares was evidently capable of surviving anywhere. Teach's survival to the present day proves her strength. Interestingly, her name, Eris, comes from Greek mythology, the goddess of chaos and strife, daughter of Nyx, the primordial goddess of night. The symbolism fits perfectly with the idea that she introduced Teach to the dark power of the Yami Yami no Mi. Eris' name even appears in one of Emu's magic circles, written as Eris Dar. It's hard to view that as coincidence, especially with the two chapters revealing this appearing just 2 months apart. What happened after remains unclear, but there's a strong possibility that Ares was also killed by the world government. If that's true, Teach's hatred toward them becomes deeply personal. But this is one piece. As long as we haven't seen a body, there's always room for survival. Pell survived. Sol returned. Sabo turned out to be alive. The series' history is full of such surprises. In short, Ares is almost certainly destined to play a key role in the future, particularly in Blackbeard's story. If all these theories hold true, Teach's journey suddenly makes a lot more sense. The bottom line, never underestimate Blackbeard. He's undoubtedly intelligent, but a plan so intricate and long-term feels impossible for a 12-year-old to devise alone. If Ares was the one passing Rox's entire knowledge to Teach, the pieces of the puzzle fall perfectly into place. Teach isn't some super genius born with the world's secrets, he inherited them. This also eliminates the need for a mysterious puppet master behind the scenes. There is no shadowy figure manipulating Teach. There is only a mother passing down her husband's dreams, secrets, and will to her son. Rox's choice to prioritize his family over personal ambition became the key to keeping both his and Davy Jones' will alive. Every member of the family played a role. Rox uncovered the world's secrets and laid the foundation. Ares rescued Teach and instilled all that knowledge. Teach carried an extraordinary dedication to executing the plan. Even with all the information at his disposal, Teach's success wasn't guaranteed. Many know what must be done but fail for countless reasons. Teach did not. Imagine waiting 26 years for a single devil fruit, with no certainty it would ever appear. It wasn't just intelligence, it was unwavering resolve. There's no magic, no hidden genius with an IQ of 200 pulling strings. Everything is logical. Each family member fulfilled their role, leaving Teach standing this close to his ultimate goal, toppling Emu. So what comes next? Teach's next target seems clear: marry a Joa. Clues have been dropping for some time, and now the Holy Land is reportedly engulfed in flames. An attack of this magnitude could not have happened spontaneously. It required careful planning. The Revolutionary Army once infiltrated Maria Joa through a reverie loophole. Rox did the same 56 years ago. But now, there's no reverie. Even after prior chaos, security in Maria Joa should be tighter than ever. They are facing the Revolutionary Army, meaning security should be at its peak. Yet the Holy Land is burning, and Shamrock was urgently summoned. This means the defenses were bypassed again, and that could only happen through meticulous planning. Only two parties could realistically pull this off: Monkey D, Dragon, or Blackbeard. But Dragon is almost certainly not responsible. His forces aren't strong enough to face the Holy Knights. They don't even have a confirmed Conqueror's Haki user, which we know is essential to harm the Holy Knights. On the other hand, the chaos engulfing Maria Joa fits Blackbeard's style perfectly. Moreover, the last time we saw Teach, he ordered Lafitte to prepare. Prepare for what? At the same time, the world is in turmoil due to a food crisis, a perfect moment for Blackbeard to make his move. Blackbeard's crew is also far better suited for infiltration than Dragon's army. Lafitte infiltrated Maria Joa undetected even before the time skip. Van Augur can teleport. Katarina Devon has mimicked Saturn's form and may use the Abyss Mark. The possibilities are nearly endless. It's highly likely that Ares also passed down Mariajoa's secrets to teach. Rox once used the Reverie to penetrate the Holy Land, confront Emu, and even kill an admiral. He wasn't doing it just to scare people. He must have brought back something: information, artifacts, or knowledge that could prove invaluable. Rox never had the chance to utilize it. But through Ares, Teach inherited everything, and this time, those secrets will be used to their fullest. In my view, this marks the beginning of the hunt for the celestial dragons in Mariajoa. Big thanks to everyone who stayed all the way to the end. If anything's on your mind or you've got questions, drop them in the comments below. Appreciate you for watching, and catch you in the next videos.